Hello, I'm Simulated Erk and welcome to Simulated Erk Motorsports. We are iRacing again. We're not at Bathurst, but we're using the same car as you can see on the screen in front of you, the Volkswagen Beetle. And this time we're not struggling on a high power circuit. We are indeed about to go Rallycross, a combination of circuit racing with some off-road as happens in rally, and we're just doing some testing on this occasion, my first time at a rallycross circuit on iRacing. So sit back, relax and enjoy as I cut some laps. SimulatedErkGaming.com. We'll have a look at me cutting some laps, and then after that we'll have a look at various angles as we get to know the track. I know the car a little bit. It's probably better suited to this sort of track and this sort of event rather than the powerful straights and the big mountain at Mount Panorama Bathurst. So here we are, Simulated Erk and SimulatedErkGaming.com.
You've got wheel damage.
Thanks, Captain Obvious. Come get me.
Your car is smoking.
Oh, thanks, Captain Obvious. You better come get me, mate. Thank you.
got wheel damage.
Thanks, Captain Obvious. Come get me.
They say you cut the cord. You'll have to slow down and give up the time gained.
are watching Simulated Erk Sports Ball, and there's more. There's football of all sorts of different varieties, there's cricket, and of course there's lots of different motorsport events as well for you to enjoy, and lots of games that have nothing to do with sport or motorsports at simulatedgaming.com. Now let's have a look at me going around the track. It's what it looks to be a very simple course actually isn't. Well, just what? So you basically have got two surfaces to deal with. You've got and of course you've got those things like those tyres as well. So you've got a dirt section, and now we start to come onto the actual part of the racetrack. So you started the racetrack here, going onto a straightaway. So at this stage you've got the circuit on your mind, and then you've got the dirt section, this jump, as we'll go around and we'll do a lap now. So under the Red Bull sign we go. We take a quick right hander at the end of this straight, then we go on to gravel, around a sweeping right hander which can catch you out if you're not set up or experienced at rally or rallycross. So we go up the hill, back down the hill, couple of bends, and again for the second lap in a row I've hit the same set of tyres. And then we go up and we take a right hander, and then we go onto the racing circuit again. We have a straight line, we have a kink, we go onto a bigger straight, and then we go right. Now I've decided to do the joker lap on this occasion, which is a thing which gives you a slightly shorter lap and you don't do the jump. So you go down and you got the advantage of a bit more of the race circuit as well. And then you basically put too much heat in the tyres at the end of the corner there. So you've got this section of the course where you've got a lot of dirt and gravel on your tyres, and so your car needs to be able to cope with both this sort of stuff and also the circuit. So it's a very interesting mix as I try and avoid hitting the wall and hit it and get some wheel damage. So I get Captain Obvious to tow me in. Now the whole idea of Rallycross is to combine the good parts of rally, for instance going sideways around the corner on gravel, that sort of thing, and also some elements of circuit racing, and then you've got a cool jump like that. But also, if you're racing, to have a few cars racing with you as well, whereas rally is very much one car at a time and over a wider area, whereas at this circuit they've combined both circuit racing and a little bit of rallycross in the infield. So you really got to be able to combine the two. Just imagine this with a few extra cars on the circuit as well. Now on the circuit you got to get rid of all that sand and gravel and dirt that you've got on your tyres, and the jumps can be a problem in itself. Like there, got a fairly good approach, some good air, and a nice landing. But as we'll see in a few laps, that's not necessarily always the case. So lots of opportunity to get it sideways around here, but who knows what it'll be like, and hopefully I'll get to see what it's like with a few more cars on the circuit. But at least I've avoided those tyres. but instead I hit those ones and lose my bonnet. Time to get towed back into the pits. Had to change camera view. I know there's some people who they just play the replays on iRacing. Like they do the event, but the only bits that they record are the actual replays. I don't know if I should do that or not. So round to the right, got it all crossed up on the jump. Landed okay on that occasion. But one of the problems that I've been having with the course off that straight is running wide in preparation for the jump. You know, running a little bit wide there. Getting some good sideways action until just then. And somehow I've ended on a hill. Unfortunately, things seem to be glitching out. There we go. Hopefully that'll hopefully that glitching was only temporary. I often have trouble going onto that front straight. And then also braking and then getting this first couple of corners right is so important to set you up for the gravel section of the lap. And then of course running too wide and hitting the tyres and making your car just that tiny bit shorter, which you haven't got a lot of vehicle length with the Beetle as it is. So hopefully that glitching was only temporary. Now this corner I've had a lot of trouble with. Not bad on this occasion. Let's see, how's the landing? Landing's pretty good. That's a good basis for the start of a good lap. Getting that corner right, over the jump, getting a good landing. Like if you go wide there, not as important. Okay, right-hander. Not bad. Oh, the landing was a bit off. The landing was a bit off, and then as soon as I hit the ground again, I immediately basically veered left into the fence. So that's the difference between a good landing, as I've had in the previous few laps, and a bad landing. Maybe the wheel was just pointed the wrong way when I landed. The wheels pointed to the left instead of straight ahead. Sometimes that little complex is a little bit difficult with the lefts and rights required. Going on to the main straightaway again. Over the jump. That was a better landing. But sometimes that's what the fans want. They want a bit of action over the jump. Not necessarily as good if you're a driver when you hit the wall after you land. So I hope you have enjoyed this episode of me going ridiculously out of shape at jumps. Basically got nowhere at all because my approach was not very good. Hope you've enjoyed this episode of Simulated Erk Motorsports. This is iRacing and this is Rallycross at Sonoma. Hope you enjoyed it. I am having problems finding people to practice with. So I need, and also finding people to race where it doesn't cost money. And I've spent enough money on the subscription for this game and also for cars and tracks, like this one's a purchase track. I'm having enough trouble and I don't want to spend any more money on iRacing. I am finding it hard to find people to practice and race with. And here, Simulated Erk Sports, Simulated Erk Motorsport, Sports Ball, and we will see you next time. Goes wide again. In a few moments, we'll have some different camera views.